Hey fam! Today, we will share with you 5 tips for creating a stellar resume that will help you land at multiple job interviews.
Before we dive into resume tips, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to make sure that you are the first to get notified when our new videos go live. Also, help us reach 100 subscribers by sharing our videos with your friends and anyone else that you think could benefit from our content.
If this is your first time tuning into our channel, we share advice on how you can land opportunities in the tech industry, as well as talk about what our experience has been working in tech. Alright, let's get started. These are 5 tips that can be applied when creating technical and non-technical resumes.
These 5 tips have helped Etel and myself land interview opportunities at companies like Google, Facebook, Pandora, Uber, Microsoft, Apple, and many more. Tip number 1, how to structure and format your resume. Your resume should be no longer than 1 page for new grad and internship roles. You should be able to filter out experiences that are not relevant to the role you're applying to and make sure that it all fits in 1 page. Also, choose a simple font. Arial, Calibri, Times New Roman, and my favorite, Garamond. Make sure that the font size is between 10 and 12 point font. Now, this is very important. Create a readable resume by putting spaces for each section and each experience of your resume. You don't want your resume to just be full of words. That's what the interviews are for, so you can fill in the details for each of your experiences. List your experiences in reverse chronological order, which means putting your most recent experience at the top and then going down onto the least recent experience. Have your education and list out relevant coursework at the top of the resume. And last but not least, place your technical skills at the top and rate them by level of proficiency, from prior experience to proficient to advanced. And this is extremely important for technical and engineering roles.
Tip number 2, embed keywords from the job description into your resume. Recruiters spend at most 6 seconds on your resume, and what they want to see is relevant skills and experiences that align with the role that they are trying to fill. If you're applying for a role through a company's career website, then your resume isn't going directly to a recruiter. It is first being processed by an ATS, or applicant tracking system. This system helps recruiters to narrow the applicant pool by highlighting the top candidates for that role. When you upload your resume, this system parses your resume and puts that into a profile that makes it easier for the recruiter to read. That's why it's so important to have a simple format and readable resume so that these systems are able to get all the information needed from your resume. What some systems will do is automatically compare your resume with the job description for that role. So, a good strategy to ensure that your resume gets to the top of the pile is to get that job description and your resume, put them side by side, get keywords from the minimum and preferred qualifications, and then use those keywords to describe your experiences on your resume. Make sure you use action verbs at the beginning of each of your bullet points when describing your experiences. Some examples of these action verbs are created, implemented, developed, led, built. There are a ton more, and you can get some examples from the responsibilities section of a job description.
Tip number 3, tailor your resume for each role that you're applying to. If you're applying to multiple roles, please do not use the same resume. Tailor your descriptions and your experiences for each of these roles and ensure that they match the job descriptions. Describe each of these experiences in no more than 3 to 4 bullet points.
Tip number 4, quantify your impact. For each of your experience, try to add numbers and percentages that quantify the outcome of your work. This could be shown in number of hours volunteered, number of users reached, faster time to resolution, or number of lines coded. Recruiters love numbers, so make sure to take some time to quantify the impact of your projects and experiences and include that in your resume.
Last but not least, tip number 5, personal projects make you stand out. If you're working on a side project, make sure to include that in your resume. Some examples of side projects include building your own personal website, designing a mobile app, creating a video game, or launching a social impact organization. If you have no professional experience, such as like an internship or a job, you can create your own opportunities by embarking on personal passion projects that will help you gain new skills and enhance existing ones. And these are the 5 tips you can take to build a stellar resume.
want to acknowledge those of you that commented in our past video, A Day in the Life of a Software Engineer.
Big shout outs to
Lars Montiara, Keith Boone, Jared, Victor, Hannah, and Joseph. Thank you for your continuous support.
It means a lot to us, and let's continue building our momentum.
If you have any questions or have any other resume tips that have helped you land interviews, please share them below.
We look forward to reading all of your comments, and thanks
for
for
watching.
watching, and
See you next time.
And I just want you to know that you and me and
Cut! We should do bloopers.